Good morning, YouTube. This is the second part of my stump removal video, which I'm calling Chump versus Stump. And today the conditions are perfect. There's no wind, it's gonna be sunny all day, and best of all, I have the day off. So I'm gonna set this thing on fire and I'm gonna cook some breakfast. So let's go get this thing done. I'm going to give a brief overview of this stump for those of you who didn't see my first video where I was preparing this. Now, just to recap, this is a 35 to 36 year old Norwegian maple. It came down in a really bad windstorm on Halloween night 2019. It cracked right down the middle. It had been weakened a few years before from a lightning strike, which actually you can still see the scar of it here. It was starting to heal itself back, but this windstorm just used that crack and just went right down the middle. And it was quite a tough job removing it. But now I have this huge stump, and I did rent a chainsaw, and the chainsaw wasn't all that great. It was too small and it was dull. But what I was able to do was make this kind of pizza pattern going here, and I carved out part in the middle, and best of all, I put a huge slice down here, which is going to act as an air conduit, and that goes right to the core, so that's going to be really helpful. So this morning I am going to build a fire here. I'm going to kind of start it out as a teepee thing and then feed it in through there and just let it burn. It's quite early, so I want to get it started and get the coals going so that I can maybe cook some breakfast on this in an hour or so. The conditions are actually, not perfect. It had rained the day before, so it's a little bit wet in here, which is actually, going to be good in terms of safety. And I will have a hose ready and a bucket too. All right, guys, as promised, here's that teepee-like structure that I was gonna make, and I've created it over the hole or the cradle that I had there, so that wood goes down a bit. And I don't know if you can see from here, let me point that out, there is a fire starter in there because I'm not taking any chances because it rained pretty hard yesterday. So a lot of the wood is damp, and actually even the stump is a bit damp. The soil around it is damp, which is actually a good thing for safety purposes, but I also have a hose right there standing by just in case something gets out of hand, which I'm almost certain it won't. But yeah, we're ready to go. I'm going to start this, and then we'll get breakfast going. Right, I decided to add some bigger pieces of wood just to get it going some more. It was burning down, and it is making progress in the stump, but I really want to generate a base of coals in which to cook on. So I'm bringing out the big guns. See what's happening here. So I've let this burn down to an appropriate level where there's nice coals, and it is really hot. So just to give you a tour, as you can see, it did burn in here, in there, and it's burning down all these slits. Now, of course, I can't see, so I don't know how far it's gone down. but we're now at the perfect time to start a grill. Now we're gonna set up bricks along here, then lift a grill up and get some cast iron implements out and start breakfast or brunch or lunch or whatever it's gonna be. Okay. All right, here's the setup we have. Put the bricks on the stumps, as you can see, on the edge that hasn't been burnt yet. The coals are there, it is nice and hot. And what I have is I have a grill, which I just took from the barbecue, and I have a cast iron griddle, which we're gonna do the eggs on. And we're gonna have a cast iron pot, which we cook other things on. So that's what we've got going now. That's our setup, and it is nice and hot, and these things are heating up. We're gonna get a cast iron pot on here to preheat it before we put some stuff in it. So here's our setup again. We got a cast iron kind of 2 pans, a larger kind of pot with a pan on top, which is gonna create an oven. We're just about to put the batter in there for a Dutch, what we call a Dutch baby or a German pancake. So my brother's making that, he's getting the stuff for that. Now we did feel like we needed more heat, so we did jam some more wood underneath there to get it going because we didn't feel it was quite hot enough. But it is getting there now. In fact, we actually put butter in here first to get it ready and burnt, so we're starting over again with that. All right, now we're putting the butter in. This is for the Dutch pancake, or the Dutch baby German pancake. So that butter is gonna melt. My brother, yeah, we're doing that. There's the kids screaming next door. Looking good. Okay. That's a good flame there. So normally you do this in an oven, but with this on it, here comes the batter. It's pretty much an oven once we get the lid on this. Just give it a sec to heat up. All right, it's just going to heat up a little bit more. A test, just to see if we get that sizzle. All right, there we go. Don't worry, we'll be doing the bacon and eggs soon enough. This is just the bonus dish, and that's pretty much an oven right there. I don't know if you noticed that this top pan here, you could just use that as a frying pan. But we also have this griddle, so we're set. All right, folks, this is what we're gonna cook for breakfast. My big brother went out shopping, and this is what he came back with. So what we got is thick cut bacon, which we sometimes call steakin', some sausage, potatoes, eggs of course, and this is North Atlantic herring, so that's going to be fun. The tomatoes and basil are actually from my garden, so that's going to be great. So hopefully we can get that on the grill soon. I think it might be more kind of a brunch than a breakfast, but either way this is going to be delicious. That's fantastic. Look at that. Now we're going to work on the griddle. We've got some vegetable oil already on there. And we're putting potato on there, home fries basically. We've already done those in the microwave, I think. Were they seasoned, bro? Did you get stuff on them?
Sure. Salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper. Classic. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Okay, here's the next star of the show. Sausages and herrings. Yeah. This is gonna be good, guys. Don't get freaked out by fish and sausage beside each other. It's gonna be good. Let's look at our best stuff. Can we see that again, bro? Yeah. Oh, it's coming up nicely, isn't it?
Yep. Oh, the hot heat.
We got the eggs next. Right. A little runny, but
That's okay.
it's all right. It'll work out.
Put it kind of that side.
Yeah, it's not the most super level surface, but hey, what it is. We're looking at the Dutch baby now. Oh man, that looks good. That looks good. Yeah. I'll put a recipe in the link for that. It's really simple, actually. Or sorry, the Dutch baby. Did I say Dutch baby or Dutch oven?
You said Dutch baby.
Okay.
There we go.
The rest of our grill is looking awesome. We just took the Dutch baby out of cast iron pan, which is there,
Fresh Ontario nectarines.
and some maple syrup, real maple syrup. So that's gonna make a fun dessert. Oh, and by the way, here's the finished product. So I wasn't away. Fortunately, I burst the eggs when I put them on there. Man, that looks good. I want to thank my brother David for helping me out with this.
You're welcome.
And we're going to eat this now. Okay. All right. So it looks like the stump has burnt down quite a bit. You can really see it there. But there's also still a lot of it left. So what I suspect is going to happen is this stump is going to turn into a fire pit for a while before we really get down and do some damage to it. We may cook something on it later tonight, but I think for this afternoon we're just going to let it smolder and watch, because it takes a lot of work to kind of tend it and stand over it. I mean, we're still going to watch it. If we decide not to cook anything, we will douse it with the hose, but for now we're just going to leave it be. It really has made, if you can see right there, it really has made, it's gone in where I had sawed in on the sides there. And I'm going to show you here. You can't really see it because it's full of ash. Oops, I don't want to do that too much, but it's probably gone down there quite a bit. Won't really get to assess the damage until it cools down, but I'll probably burn a bit of it later tonight. But for now, I'm going to call that the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you want to see more of this. I'm going to continue to cook some meals on this. Give it a like if you like it, and share if you think you have friends that would like it. Okay, thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you soon. We're going to have some more Chump versus Stump, I suppose, episodes to come. Thank you so much.